Johnny Mir here, and welcome to a brand new video game review. Today, we're going to be reviewing Pokemon Legends Arceus. So, this is the brand new Pokemon game. It is a spin-off, technically, that just released at the end of January. January 28th, I believe, was the release date. So, we're officially a month. At the time of recording this, we are officially the day of a month after its release. And I'm here doing the review. I'm ready to get into this. This is going to be an interesting one because this game has so much debate, I guess. Some people love it. Some people don't like it. I don't think anyone hates it. I just think some people think it's like the best. Some people think it's good. People think it's okay. I don't know if anyone actually hates this game. I'd be shocked, actually, but I'm sure there's someone. But without further ado, we're going to get into it. Make sure you leave a comment. What do you guys think about it in the comment section? And let's get into it. So, Pokemon Legends Arceus 2022. Little refresher. 5 categories, boys. 5 categories. Narrative, gameplay, visuals, audio, value/content. All of these categories are worth 2 points each, making the total 0 out of 10. So, getting on with the first category. We are going to narrative. Now, this game's narrative is interesting to say the least. It's different than a lot of other Pokemon games because this is actually a prequel to a Generation 4, to be exact. And the thing I think this game does the best when it comes to narrative, in my opinion, is the references to the originals. Like, you meet the leader of Diamond, you meet the leader of Pearl, and if you guys know anything about Pokemon, Gen 4 is Diamond and Pearl. So, you gotta see that. I thought that was really, really cool. There's also great references, like when you call your mount, the noise that whenever the game first boot up, like, like, I can't even make the sound, but you get what I'm saying. You guys played it, you guys know what I'm talking about. And also, one of the best parts is the mystery at the start. You don't know what's really going on. And you start finding all these things, learning, meeting all these new people. And they kind of explain to you what's going on and how all these things happen. And it all ties in to do with mythology, Pokemon mythology, which is why Gen 4 is actually my favorite. Because in the original Diamond, Pearl, Platinum, they deal a lot with mythology, which is my favorite storyline in Pokemon. And they do it more here, and I really do like it. That being said, I do have quite some issues with the narrative. The main one being dialogue. Everyone guessed it. Dialogue. Now look, I am all for character story development. Dialogue, great. But when I have to sit through 20 minutes of dialogue, all right, it's not necessarily the most engaging thing. And that's honestly the biggest problem to me about the story. The other problem I have is the lack of gym battles. I do miss gym battles, to be honest with you. I really wish we did that. And more trainer battles. I also want that as well. But just dialogue, it drags you down from the, like, it just disconnects you from the story. It kind of slows everything down, and it creates a disconnect between, like, the flow of the narrative and what you're actually doing. It's just so much. It's too much, in my opinion. That being said, I do love how the narrative ties in with the gameplay, how everything you do, like, you know why you're doing it. Instead of just catching 10 beat-ups, there's actually a reason to be catching multiple beat-ups. There's actually a reason to be battling these things nonstop, because that's how you gain more research. That's how you complete the Pokedex, which is what this game is all about. It's about completing the very first Sinnoh Pokedex. In this case, Hisuian? Hisuian? I don't even know how to pronounce Hisuian, I'm pretty sure, is the region. But anyway, narrative, it is good. It kind of grows on what my favorite part of Diamond, Pearl, and Platinum was. But there's a lot of issues with this new style and approach. I'm giving it a 1.5 because it is good. I don't think it's bad in any way. I think it's one of the stronger stories. It's just the way they did it isn't the most ideal. Gym battles, more trainer battles, less dialogue, 2 out of 2 narrative. But for now, we're going to give it a 1.5, meaning it's good. If you guys don't know, 2 out of 2 means it's amazing, terrific, fantastic, elite, right? 1.5 means it's good, it's decent, solid. 1 out of 2 means it's okay, it's meh, it's whatever. 0.5 out of 2 means it's bad, like not very good. And 0 out of 2 means it's utter trash. So 1.5 is a good score. Moving on to gameplay. So gameplay, again, this game is just entirely different when it comes to the Pokemon games. But this one is a complete change. Sure, you could argue the narrative's different from like normal Pokemon games. Yes, but I think the gameplay is the biggest change in terms of the Pokemon games. I mean, wild Pokemon hunting, catching the wild Pokemon, battling, it's all different. Like, and it's all good too in that matter. Like right here, you see a picture. You can hide in the grass, sneak up on Pokemon, and actually aim your Pokeball and throw it. It's just so good. The way they do it is amazing. Again, there's another picture throwing a Pokeball, but then the battles are so refreshing. They're so cool. It's great. And also, like I did say earlier, the gameplay does move the narrative forward, meaning, there's actually a reason for you playing the game, and there's actually a reason for you doing what you are doing. I think all the different mounts and things that you unlock throughout the game, like the white ear, the bear, the fish, I think all those are great. They do add more mobility, traversal, and just in general gameplay to the game, which I do actually think ends up, being a good thing in the long run. One thing I will say is I love the exploration of the game. That does technically tie into gameplay, and like I said, you could just go everywhere, find Pokemon, and it's one of the most fun things to do, just explore and find Pokemon in this game. And the UI is great. I love the little Pokemon symbols at the bottom. UI is a part of gameplay, and just I think the overall open world aspect of this game is something Pokemon fans have been wanting for a long time, and they definitely succeeded in it. Meaning, I'm giving this a 2 out of 2. I think gameplay is, I would say, the best part of this game, for sure. But moving on to visuals, look at the game. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. Great colors. Some of the textures are good. I think the Pokemon look better than ever. Maybe apart from new Pokemon Snap. I think the Pokemon are great. I mean, look at this picture. There are some nice looking cutscenes as well. But the big issue I have with the visuals, and unfortunately this is going to drag it down a point because it's a big thing. The open world feels empty, in my opinion. It's like, look at this picture right here. It just looks empty. Very empty. And I know we're running on a Switch, which is also the next topic that, performance has been an issue. People have, like, some of the graphics, the visuals look a little rough because it can't run 4K. It can't run 1440p. It runs HD, right? Frame rate drops sometimes. I understand all that, but that's just Switch. You can't really do much about that. But even then, I feel like just the open world looks so empty, and it kind of takes me out of the immersion sometimes. That being said, I love the UI. I think the UI is perfect. I wouldn't change a single thing about the UI. I think it is phenomenal. One of my favorite UIs like ever in any game. I don't know what it is about it. The Pokemon icons are great. Just the way you navigate through everything. I think the UI is phenomenal. But the empty open world and some of the animations are also janky. Like when you're in dialogue and when you're seeing things from afar, some of the animations are a little janky. I gotta give it a 1.5 here. I know that's probably gonna upset a few people, but I think it's an actual reason to bring it down because it is things that I would like to see get fixed. Audio. This is a Pokemon game. Pokemon's known for having some most iconic music, some of the best music And while, yes, the music is good in this game, I will say there are many times where I'm like, yo, this music's nice, you know? There's nothing amazing in terms of music, and there's nothing iconic, which in some games, that's not really an issue. But for a Pokemon game, it kind of is. It kind of is. Like, can someone name, like, off the top of their head, start, humming a song from Pokemon Arceus that wasn't already like a classic song, like like, no, I'm not counting that, or no, a brand new song from this game. I can't really think of anything. The only thing I can think of is the big positive that I'm giving you here, and that is the sound effects. I think the sound effects are some of the best that we've ever had in Pokemon. Like when you whistle in your mounts, it has the nice sound. I really do like that. When you're catching Pokemon, when you're battling, all the visual effects, I think that's good. The battle music is good. It's just nothing like over the top amazing like we're used to seeing in Pokemon games. And also just open world sounds like water, trees, birds. I think the sounds are fantastic, like top tier, but the music drags it down, giving it a 1.5 for me. It's really hard to give it a 2 out of 2 just because I can't think of any music. And like I said, for some games, that's not an issue. Like Returnal, I'm not really looking for music, to be honest. That's not a game that should have, like, iconic music. But for this game, it's Pokemon. Everyone knows how iconic and godly Pokemon music is. And it just ain't it in this game. Value/content. So, we've already talked about it. It has a good narrative. It has amazing gameplay. It has great visuals. It has, good sound effects. Some good music. So, in terms of value, it's a really good game. It's one of the better Pokemon games of recent years. Add that with a bunch of different places to explore, a big map, tons of open world exploration, tons and tons of quests, lots of replayability. You can choose a different gender or a different starter, and you can explore differently every time. Different things to do to always keep you entertained, like going to these, I forget what they're called, I forget what those areas are called, to be honest with you. I want to say Distortion World, but that's not. That's definitely not what that is. Don't say I've called it that. It's a thing that popped in my head and it's completely wrong. But there's lots to do in here, and the game is overall great in my opinion, giving me a 2 out of 2 for value/content. Moving on to the conclusion, though, I think Pokemon Legends Arceus, if I did a tier list on Pokemon, which I did like 30 minutes ago, not gonna lie, I think this is a top tier game. I really do. I think this is one of the best Pokemon games that we've ever gotten, just because of how much of a dream and everything that we've always wanted is kind of in this game. But I do feel like there are a lot of things that can be improved. Like we said, the battling is great. The visuals are good. I love the Pokemon. I think the Pokemon are the standout of this game. But in terms of narrative, in terms of sound, there are a lot to be wanted here. I think if they do make another Legends game, they can improve upon this. We are getting Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, which has been confirmed to be an open world game, including gym battles. If they just tone down the dialogue, I could see it being one of the best Pokemon games, assuming the story is actually engaging. That being said, that is going to do it for the Pokemon Legends Arceus review. Rounding it out to, well, not really rounding it out, adding up the total to 8.5 out of 10. That's, in my opinion, it's still S tier because I just personally prefer it over a lot of other games. But if I'm grading it fairly and reasonably, I do think there's a lot to be had here. I think there's a lot to want, giving it an 8.5 out of 10. That's going to do it for my Pokemon Legends Arceus review. Let me guys know what you guys think in the comment section. Do you guys agree with what I gave it? Do you guys disagree? And let me know why, but be respectful. Thank you all so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Johnny Moore out. Peace.